All right, we are gearing up for Gladiators of Steel Smash Up premiere happening right here, Pineview Stadium 10. We've got some great characters walking the red carpet. We're gonna interview them and talk to them. I've got Matt from Matt's Off-Road Recovery right here in Hurricane, actually, which is super great for us. But Matt, we are excited tonight. Big night for you.
Oh yeah.
Tell me about this. I mean, you started Demolition Derby, now you're roped into the Smash Up, but tell me how this all began for you.
So I've always been a fan of Demolition Derby. I mean, I was a kid in America, and that's just something you're into. But I built a truck and went out and wrecked it, and I lost really bad, and decided I was going to do better next time, and I did. I derbied for about 10 years.
Grew up watching derbies at hometown shows and ended up saying I want to do this about 17, 18 years ago, and it's never stopped.
When I saw a Demolition Derby car with my grandmother when I was 3 in 1972. A long time ago, she took me to a derby. I fell in love with the sport, and it was the only thing I looked forward to. If I did something wrong, it wasn't Santa Claus isn't coming, you're not going to the derby. So I fell in love with the sport early. When I saw it, something embedded in my brain said, that's it.
Gladiators of Steel is a series that takes a very honest look at the very misunderstood sport of demolition derby.
I love the family aspect of it. It's something that the whole family can get involved in, whether we're building, and then they like to go and watch and cheer and all that stuff. And then the adrenaline, there's nothing like it. I've done a lot. Like, I'm an adrenaline junkie. I've done a lot of things like jumping off cliffs, rope swings, helicopters, racing, whatever it is. There's nothing like derby. It's different. It's a very different adrenaline rush.
Everybody keeps saying that on the show too. Can you explain even further? Because they're saying it's something you've never felt before.
So here's what usually adrenaline hits really hard, and then when you're done, you're like, okay, I need another one.
Yeah.
With derby, when the night's over, I ride it for a week or even 2 weeks afterwards. And it lets you down really soft, and then you're like, that was amazing. And it's worth it to do it again. If it wasn't like that, no one would do it. You're not gonna work for 3 months, you work your job 8 hours, and then you go and work on your car for another 8 hours, and you do that for 3 months. There's gotta be something more, because it ain't the money.
I've been helping my dad build derby cars and derby trucks since about 2010.
Okay.
And then when I was old enough to be in the driver's seat, you better believe I was there.
I wake up in the morning of a derby and I know I'm going, I start shaking because it's just a passion.
So we've got Paul Cox with us from Fab Rats. When does the stress wear off of watching him go in there? Like when you were dating, were you like, he's like, by the way, I do this thing.
I still do get a little nervous. It depends on the show and what's all going into it. But for the most part, it's second nature at this point. We do derbies 9 times a year.
And guess what? My kids do it now, which is, I think that's worse.
Oh, okay.
It's worse than when Paul does it.
We go watch them and cheer them on. It is nerve-wracking, but it's fun.
My first kid did it and he got rolled over, like really, really hard by one of our friends. I'm like, what are you doing? Calm down.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
So we get to present a sport that is so much fun.
Just love derby. I love the energy. I love the people, and it's just fantastic.
You know, we got to work with a great cast with Matt's Off-Road Recovery.
First of all, I love that we have so many people that are local.
Yes.
Matt from Matt's Off-Road Recovery, Fab Rats, Robbie Layton Nation.
Being in derby, I knew Gumby, and Gumby's just like, hey, would you and these guys be interested in doing this?
I don't know. Someone said derby, and
You're like,
I said, let me know when and where, and I'll see what I can do. So
To get the opportunity to run against these guys was a good time for sure.
Called Paul, Rudy, and Robbie. I said, you guys in? And they said, absolutely. So
No, I'm always waiting for a chance to crash cars. So It was always a battle on the track against Matt and Paul, and it'll be another battle this time.
it's so much fun that when you're driving home after the derby, you have to convince yourself not to get in a wreck on the way home. Like you're just in the zone and you're ready to do it. So I mean, nobody's done it that I know of, but like everybody that I know that has been in the arena is always ready to get back in and experience it again.
Smash Up basically consists of Gumby from Gladiators of Steel Season 1 challenging Matt from Matt's Off-Road Recovery.
The Smash Up, we took a team of our best 4 drivers, and they took a team of their best 4 drivers, and we battled it out.
So the whole show is basically about them building their teams, building their cars, and then they meet in the arena, and it's pretty hardcore.
It's good TV.
There you go. Thanks, Gumby.
Thank you very much.